True freedom requires the rule of law and justice. But what is justice without respect for human rights? What are these rights? Do you know your right as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? What are your obligations and responsibilities under the law? Join Kayode Aderemi Esquire on The Law and You on Rock City 101.9 FM, Sundays 3 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Difficult to draw a nexus between police demanding for money to release you. If at all money will be dropped, that money should be a finality. So to ask for someone to stand for you at the same time asking for money is very, very illegal. And Nigeria shall be free again. Everyone is presumed innocent until proved guilty. Can the police arrest over civil matters? Purely no. You have taken money from the bank as a loan and you're not able to return when you promise to return. Is that all right? I told us before, when we hear that song Koseni Tomola or Tamola on Sunday, it means it's about time that we will hear your program again, The Law and You, on Rock City 101.9 FM. Now this is your program, and when we say that, we mean it literally. Because there'll be time, the program is about you actually, about your rights. There'll be time when the tables, my tables will turn around, when you hear your thoughts, your opinions, and ask your questions. Okay, I'm your regular host on this show. My name is Kayode, or you may like Barrister Kayode Aderemi. Some call me after the program and say, are you a lawyer? Yes, by the grace of God, I'm one. We've been looking at quite a number of topics. We began with tenancy matter, we went to IBDC matter, and now we've been on fundamental rights under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If I say CFRN, I'm referring to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, please call your neighbors, your friends, your families, tell them to sit tight, and then tune into Rock City 101.9 FM. It's 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. I promise you it's going to be an enlightening session again, a very, very rewarding one. I'm here with a friend, a lawyer friend, who shall be helping to respond to our questions. Again, he was here with us last week, that Barrister Biola Adesonya. I call him Fine Boy. The guy Fine Boy, sir. God will help us too. All right, so much to do. Let's move on straight to the issues. I would have loved for us to take a little break, but there's so much to discuss. Let's begin. Last week we drew the curtain on section 36, which talks about fair hearing. If I had my way, I would love to ask us a question. Those on our WhatsApp group, I asked them a question sometime last week that, what are the two tenets of justice? I told us last week, and I mentioned it 2 weeks ago too. I said them in Latin, and I remember interpreting them in English, and I think Yoruba, yeah. You know, if you know it, what do we do? Don't worry, we'll think about that some other time. I'm looking forward to a time where we begin to field questions and feedbacks from you, what you've learned so far and how you have put them to use. Remember, a knowledge that is not put to use yet is as good as not having that knowledge at all. There's no point knowing something when you can't take steps or do something about it. If, for example, you know that rape is evil and you are still considering or contemplating rape, then you are as worse as someone that never knew in the first place. So it's good to put our knowledge to use. Today we shall be talking about section 37 of the CFRN 1999 as amended. Let's do some form of introduction to today's topic. This is another salient provision that protects your right to privacy generally. Though a very short, one of the shortest captioned section in the whole of chapter 4. Very short, but by the time you delve into it, you will see that it's not as short as it seems, actually. Very, very short. Let me read this for you so that you see how short it is. Actually, it's about 1.5 lines in the whole constitution. It says, the privacy of citizens, their homes, correspondence, telephone conversations, and telegraphic communications is hereby guaranteed and protected. Full stop. You see? Told ya, very short. Take it again. The privacy of citizens, that is you listening to me, your privacy as a person. 2, privacy of your home. 3, privacy of your correspondence. We'll see what each of these things mean under the law. 4, privacy of your telephone conversation. And finally, 5, privacy of your telegraphic communications. They are hereby guaranteed and protected under Chapter 4, your fundamental rights as a citizen of Nigeria. Before we go into what these things mean, before we begin to break down the technologies, let's look at something. I will try, beginning from today, to be interpreting in Yoruba until finally the Rock City management agrees or deems it fit to have interpreter in the studio to help us to navigate through the difficult Yoruba words. Like the way in Elashodia we always do it. At times I wonder that some of Yoruba Nimisha, the way she does that Yoruba, very thick and all that. Alright, section 37, generally, if you listen carefully to what I read, it says the privacy of citizens. And citizens in 37 talks about Nigerians. Alright, so there comes a question that 37 refers to right to freedom of privacy of citizens. So the question is, does it mean that privacy of foreigners or non-Nigerians are not guaranteed by section 34? That means that, in other words, if you are not a Nigerian, does it mean that somebody can barge into your privacy? Does it mean that somebody can barge into your home? etc, etc, those 5 subheads that I mentioned. Unfortunately, technicality has taken a very strong root in Nigeria, a very strong root, even in our justice system. At times in court as a lawyer, I hear some what we call preliminary objections, and I feel like weeping literally. You know, we leave the minor, all right? We leave the major rather, and focus on the minor many times. Those are pure technicalities. However, technically speaking, if we are to read in the direct meaning or translation of this section, it means that only Nigerians' rights to privacy is protected. Because if you check other sections like 33, I think, it says every person shall be entitled to his right to life. That one says person. So why say person in a place and go to the next section and say citizens? So there seems to be a deliberate mention of the word or use of the word citizen, since in the preceding and succeeding sessions we have individual or person. You get what I'm saying? So at times the words are used generally. You have individual, every person, every human being, but here it has every citizen. So I am not the one, for those that know me, I don't dwell on technicalities or those frivolities. They are a waste of our precious time in the court, a waste of the time of our judges, how busy they are. So a technical interpretation would mean that if you are not a Nigerian, then your right to privacy may not be guaranteed. However, a commonsensical and clear interpretation of that would include everybody. Why should people barge into your privacy because we're a non-Nigerian? Because we came here to work or something? Alright, that doesn't make sense. So it appears to me that the intendment of the law drafters is to include every single person, whether or not you're a Nigerian. But you will be shocked. Some lawyers would, I'm sorry, apologies to lawyers, my friends, wish you should change for the better. They will get to court and you will hear some very funny objections. My lord, I object on this ground. We have sued a particular state before, here in Nigeria. And we sued as the executive governor of so states. And the lawyer on the other side came and said, no, this is wrong. You can't put the word executive before governor. Like, seriously? The law is that, are there 2 executive governors of, for example, Abia State? No, there's only 1. So if there's a possibility of miscarriage of justice, then let's talk. But where that possibility is not in view, there's no point. To my chagrin, to my utmost shock, the judge agreed with this man that the word executive violated and voided our proceedings, and the case was struck out. I was like, what? Really? I said, rather than appeal, I'll just go and refile. I mean, that's very, very mundane. Very, 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 it's just way too infantile. So I think that this section was drafted to accommodate all persons, whether or not you are a Nigerian. Now let's move ahead. What is the best characteristic of law and justice? Now, my answer to this question is my personal opinion. All right, from my little years of practice, about 10, 11 years thereabout, roughly after above 10 years, I have discovered that there is the strongest characteristic of law and justice is this. By the way, those that are following me on WhatsApp and other social media, I've promised them to answer this question. Actually, it should be for next week, but because I promised to answer, let me say it now. In my opinion, predictability is the best advantage, is the best vantage point of law and justice. How do I mean? If you slap me, for instance, and if you slap Amara, and Biola, and she goes to her lawyer, Biola, and Biola says, and Amara asks Biola, Akima slapped me, can I get justice under the law? And Biola says, I'm not sure. Then there's a problem. When you listen, when you debrief a client, you should be able to, generally speaking, tell exactly where the pendulum will swing. But when you are not sure, then we are in serious trouble. Really. Because there have been cases of very, very simple things where issues have swung to the left and right at times, most especially on political matters. If you read cases on INEC related or election matters, you will be shocked what you read. Look at Amechi's case, for instance. His name was in the primaries. Somebody's name was put there, and he was not on the ballot paper as a candidate. After election, he was sworn in as the governor of that state. Check that out, for instance. The court then ruled that it was since he was qualified for the primary, then his name should be there. We had a different case too. I think it was in Osun, or was it in Kogi, where the court ruled that it was the party that owns a vote. Some years down the line, we saw a different thing entirely. So we are creating very dangerous checkered precedents. All right, it is better when one can look for sure and say that if I do this, this is what will happen. Very, very firm, principle of cause and effect should, what we call stare decisis in law, that is by judicial precedent, should be very, very firm in our laws. It's very, very saddening when I see such things happening in our justice system. Very, very saddening. So predictability is the best advantage that a law and justice has. Where such is uncertain, then I can say without fear of contradiction that what we have left is a recipe for all sorts of vices and evil in the community. That ought not to happen. By the way, you recall that, but you may not know, some years ago, a certain SAN is the highest ranked lawyer in Nigeria, was derobed and he was sent to prison. Not just one, I think about two or thereabouts. Why? Because they were convicted of influencing judgments. When I became, you must have heard before that all lawyers are liars. Well, I don't agree. Many lawyers may lie, but not all lawyers are liars. All right. That is my very, very, strong conviction. I know that for sure. Now, recall that the cases that those SANs had won by bribing or inducing the judges to tilt the judgment. Imagine how those that were told that they lost in those cases will feel. Can we say justice was done in such cases? As far as I'm concerned, a judge's job is like second to what God does. God is the judge of the whole earth. So somebody has brought his life, his business, his family, his investment, maybe life investment to you to determine whether or not he or she has been robbed unlawfully. And from the cases of the senior lawyers that have been convicted, we have seen that some judges, actually a magistrate by the bench, collect gratification or bribes. These things, in my opinion, is very, very evil. All right, justice should not be denied under ever guise that it may be brought. All right, so of course the CGN saga is there too. Really, when the CGN came shamefully and said he could not explain how some monies came to his account, I found that very, very shameful. Judges and lawyers have to be very, very careful because people's lives, like doctors, are entrusted into our hands. All right, so in my opinion, a judge or a magistrate, we've heard of several of such allegations before. Such judge, magistrate, or lawyer is deadlier than COVID-19. Yes, much deadlier than COVID-19. I think I need to take a short break now. Let me just take some breather. There's a song by Lagbaja. It says Allah Tibadura Gidi. All right, I think it's a Amara, please let us do the song, please, and let's take a short break. Thank you. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
True freedom requires the rule of law and justice, but what is justice without respect for human rights? What are these rights? Do you know your right as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? What are your obligations and responsibilities under the law? Join Kayode Aderemi Esquire on The Law and You on Rock City 101.9 FM, Sundays 3 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Alright, that's Lagbaja. If you listen to the next line, he said, that was Bola Ige. And he said, Wole, Adura, Omboyi, Kokoni share. And he began to pray and pray and pray. Me Ashe, Bubu Adura Retumba Somawa, Ashe Moalu Lagbara Olon, Ashe Dumaregun. And me, let me just touch one more point and I will try to run off in Yoruba. For I could break the Gessi, Emoyman Quimilen to any. The law mo àwọn tó gbọ́ Òyìnbó wọ́n làwọn máa ń gbádùn ètò yín bá wa tá gbọ́ Òyìnbó àkíyín mọ̀ nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ ẹ má worry very soon àwọn nǹkan ṣe sí lédi náà máa try kí n ṣe ìtumọ̀ àwọn nǹkan tí mo sọ láti ẹ̀kan lédè Yorùbá kó tó di ká máa gba ìpè wa. Let me just take maybe one or two more points and then we now do in Yoruba and take our questions after a short break again. Alright, what are the aspects of our daily lives covered by this section? You know our style at times, I try to put our discussion in question forms so that by asking the question and answering, we get a better view, understanding of what you're discussing. So again, the question is, what are the aspects of our daily lives or your daily lives covered by this section? I've read number 1, private gadgets. Alright, now, I know that those that are repairing phones and laptops, they are listening for this program carefully because they know that today we are discussing something that touches them. These private gadgets include many things. 1, your mobile phone, and even including land phone and gadgets, and your laptops, etc. There was a day, many of our listeners here know Mr. Toby Joseph. There was a day I was driving in his car. He was the one driving. I was with him. We went to Adigbe area, and as we were driving around Adigbe axis, you know, some maybe SARS officers they drove rough and tried to overtake us and they wanted to block us. As I saw them, I was laughing like so. When they saw Toby too was laughing, Toby Joseph was laughing. So when they saw our laughter, they said, "You like I was just laughing." So it is a crime to drive a good car now. Well, tẹ́bá ń ṣe lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ọjọ́ kan máa gbé ìwọ̀ mi ṣé mo ìwọ̀ tẹ́jà bá gbé ìwọ̀ mi ó máa hà lọ́fun ni o. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ continue kànga tẹ́bá continue báyìí ẹja dáwọ́ bí dúró. That I drive a good car doesn't make me a Yahoo boy. That I have 5 laptops doesn't mean I'm a Yahoo boy. For God's sake, we should respect Nigerians, except we have credible grounds to suspect that the person is a fraudster. You should not trample on anybody's rights. Alright, so a police officer has no, or any other security agency has no right to collect laptops or phones and go through them. You have no such right. Of course, there are exceptions. I told us some weeks ago or last month about Sheyaki in this case. They barged into his room at Akpakila camp there, and because the guy was on laptop on one hand and phone on the other hand, he was arrested and detained, and because of that, Sheyi missed his final year defense. And automatically that earned him 1 year extra in school. Eventually, Sheyi took his own life. He died, committed suicide because, the online trading he was doing at that time, he could not close the deal, and that led to losing about 7 million. I have the proofs. We have proofs with us here, really. Okay, we are still on that case, and we hope to get to the root of it. God helping us by God's grace. So, a police has no right to do that, except for some exceptions. And what is that exception or the exceptions? 1, if the officer is armed with a search warrant, you cannot just dip your hand in my pocket and say you look like Yahoo boy. That I do a dreadlock. Maybe Biola will talk if time permits a little bit on that. Even if I have dreadlock and I put on whatever thing is called crazy jeans, it doesn't mean I'm a Yahoo boy. For God's sake, I can drive a Bugatti. All right, it doesn't mean I'm a Yahoo boy. There was a day I went to buy pepper soup at Stadium. That's, Stadium used to be a very lively place in Abeokuta. I think on Fridays. I was very tired from the office. I went to court. That it was a long day for me. So a lady stopped me and said, "Sir, I came to buy something in the stadium. Give me a ride outside the stadium," because she was checking outside. And I picked the lady. But she was blocking money. I just saw one big bus They brought out guns. Like, hey, they said, you they, let me not use the F word. You they sleep with them, you they have sex for. I'm on the steering. You said you're a liar, get down, I will shoot you, I will gun you. And they were using gun to both of the bomb to hit my car. This is not a client. It happened to me live. Like, what? Really? See the lady, and the lady got down. While she was getting down, funny enough, her skirt just got pinned to a part of the chair. Maybe out of fear. They said, see, her skirt is almost removed. That means you are just wearing pants for her. I just called the area commander. I was so vexed. I said, please come on. I said, call your dogs to order. I'm sorry I said that, but I was like, what? One of them shoved at my chest heavily. Who are you? I will shoot you. Like, even if I'm having sex in stadium, will you kill me there for God's sake? I mean, they're like, we are going to Ibarra. We are arresting you. I said, if this case goes on, you are the one that will be arrested eventually. You must be a fool. Me, a fool, yes. At least you look like one from the way you are behaving. And the guy said then, I said, you know the law? Release the law. But what if I'm not the law? Is that how I would have been beaten up? And maybe even shot? Because what if she's my wife, for God's sake? I mean, big guys, Biko no, making her think twice, or Biko, no saying that my friends now, my party. But if fight come, we go fight small, and we go lie again, alright? You guys you can do better than these things. Please, I have always told us, Nigerians' money pay your salaries. Nigerian money buy the guns and bullets you use. Nigerians' money build your offices. So don't use those things they use their money to buy to kill them. That is very close to insanity, actually. And you should stop all those things. Alright, so if you have a search warrant on you, go ahead, show the person the search warrant and search. But stopping and searching all those things, checking laptops, all those ones are wrong. Now, if you are listening to me and you feel strongly that you've been violated via this means, please feel free, contact your lawyer. There is always a way out. Sue them. Sue them. Alright. My police friends, how far now? Now they hear me, Abby. I know that you call me after the program and say the Lord is to fire our lady. You say, if you not do something good, I don't go fire now. Same thing for trace officers. I called Oga Oguyemi. I heard that some of the boys are collecting bribe. They said, if you heard thought, record them and send to me. I said, now you talk and said, okay, all right. So let's help them to help themselves, all right. Nigeria will be better again. I want to believe so. It will, in my own generation, really. It will and it can be better. Some people fought to let us have what we are enjoying today. Two, apart from what I've explained, is your home. No officer should barge into your home. A boy told me one time that because they felt he was a Yahoo boy, they jumped over his fence 2 a.m. and they said, come outside, be Yahoo boy. I mean, I can mention names. It is SARS, man, the Madbon guys. Oga Tijani, they hear if they hear me, making her talk to now guys. I mean, imagine if someone had IBP or hypertensive, the person can drop dead. Dead immediately. Anybody would think it is armed robber. Why come at 2 a.m.? Why jump fence? If I had gun, I could have shot you down, really. I think they should license gun for Nigeria. If you want to talk, we know what you go to talk. So nobody should barge into your home without your permission, alright? Can you look at the exceptions? No, time won't permit us again. Let me just say in Yoruba, then Biola comes in after a short break and we take our questions. Before my engineer Amara begins to look at me that my time is fast spent now. Section 37 fún àwọn àtòkò gbọ́ èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì ó túmọ̀ sí wípé a ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti gbádùn ayé wa, right, bó bá ṣe wù wá. Ẹ jẹ́ ká rántí òkè má ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ nípa bóyá lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa nǹkan tá à ń pè ní levirate marriage. Ní Nàìjíríà tó bá ń gbádùn ara ẹ̀ rántí wípé o gbọ́dọ̀ sì gbádùn títí ẹni ẹlòmíì lára, ìyẹn náà tó wà ń bẹ̀ o lápá kejì. Alright, ṣùgbọ́n section 37 bó bá ṣe wù ẹ́ ṣe lè lu ilé ayé ẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n má lo ilé ayé láti fi ní ọmọ ẹnìkejì àbí ẹlòmíì ní ara. Okay? Ó sọ wípé ilé ẹ̀, ayé tó ń gbé, lẹ́tà tó ń kọ, tẹlifóònù ẹ̀ àti àwọn nǹkan tó ń send WhatsApp, Facebook, ìwọ ló ní, ẹnikẹ́ni lè tójú bọ̀ láì gba àṣẹ látọ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀ láti wo àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. They are private things. Ìdí tó fi rí bẹ́ẹ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run ọ̀sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀ máa sọ fún wa. Ó ní kan tí àwọn tó ṣe òfin yìí rí tó fi sọ wípé kíní yìí kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Okay, náà mo wá tún sọ wípé 37 yẹn ó sọ wípé àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà nìkan ni wọ́n lè ṣe jẹ ìgbádùn ẹ̀tọ́ yìí. Ṣùgbọ́n tí a bá fi ojú ìmọ̀ye wò, a rí wípé ó jẹ́ ọmọ Nàìjíríà ó jẹ́ ọmọ Nàìjíríà ó tó bá ti wà nínú orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà yìí ó yẹ kí ó jẹ ìgbádùn òfin yẹn. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn lọ́yà tó bá burú wọ́n lè sọ wípé irọ́ o citizen níbẹ̀ yẹn sọ not everybody kò dẹ̀ yẹ kí ó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìkẹta, a ní kí ni ohun tí èmi Olúwakáyọ̀dé Adérẹ̀mí tí mo fẹ́ràn jù nípa iṣẹ́ tí mò ń ṣe yìí ọ̀ nípa justice bá ṣe máa ń sọ, òun ni ohun tá à ń pè ní ká lè sọ wípé báyìí ni igi máa wó sí. Ṣé mọ̀ wọ́n ní bí ọmọdé bá ń gégi lóko báyìí àgbà lámọ̀ bí tí ó máa wó sí. Ọmọdé ìsìn, ọmọdé tí mo túmọ̀ tí mò ń sọ nísìnyí kò wá ṣe ọmọdé lórí ọjọ́ orí o, ṣùgbọ́n jẹ́ pé ní tí ò mọ òfin. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá bá a pé bí àmàrà wa bá bí ọlá pípé láwọn gbà mí létí kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ o. Ó yẹ kí bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ fún pé lábẹ́ òfin nígbà báyìí ní kéèsì báyìí tó bá gbáwọn létí nǹkan báyìí ló máa ṣe fún. Kò sí pé láwọn sọ pé èmi náà mọ̀ ó dọwọ́ lóhun dọwọ́ adájọ́ o, then that means it's a problem. Òun ló wá fà á tí a fi play òun lágbájá lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ yẹn pé kí Ọlọ́run kó dáríjì wá. A rí àwọn adájọ́ tó yẹ pé wọ́n ti fẹ̀sùn kàn wípé wọ́n gba rìbá. Mo sọ wípé irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn adájọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ó burú, ìwà ẹ̀ ó burú ju COVID-19 lọ. Ìṣemọ́lé COVID-19 tá à ń ṣe kọ́ sí fáwọn adájọ́ yẹn fún ọdún mẹ́wàá kọ́ gbélé ìwà burúkú torí pé iṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run lẹ́ ń ṣe, iṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run ni, because justice ẹlòmíì ó lè ẹ wo Ṣèyí Akínyadé ó para ẹ̀ torí pé ó wù pé justice dà nílùú yìí, justice dà ó wù pé no hope ló ṣe gbẹ̀mí ara ẹ̀. So ẹ jẹ́ ká tún ro àwa lọ́yà náà ọ̀rọ̀ bá wa yọ ìsóhùn lára tiwa náà ẹ jẹ́ káwa náà ṣọ́ra. Ok, ẹ jẹ́ kí n fi àdàgbà ètò ọ̀rọ̀ síbí. Ok, a ní kí ni àwọn nǹkan tí òfin yìí wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Section 37. Ìkíní, àti fóònù wa o àti laptop wa o bó jẹ́ fóònù àgbéká wa àbí tá à ń gbé sílẹ̀, gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ni òfin cover, alright, it covers them all, alright. So ọlọ́pàá kò gbọ́dọ̀ dá dúró pé tó dé pé o ti fine àbò ṣe deadlock àbò wọ crazy jeans àbí mọ́tò ẹ̀ fine àbò ṣe tattoo sọ́wọ́ wọ́n wá dá dúró pé yahoo boy kíní yẹn kò bófin mu, ìwà ó lè nìyẹn lónìí ká dẹ́kun ẹ̀. Tó bá yẹ pé o fẹ́ràn Nàìjíríà ni ìfẹ́ Nàìjíríà rẹ̀ kó jẹ́ kó máa ṣe irúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, but ìfẹ́ wo ló máa sábà fà tó fi máa ń ṣe. Mo wá sọ èdè òyìnbó pé I hail you now, ẹ̀yin pàdé mi mo kí yín ẹ̀yin ọlọ́pàá ọ̀rẹ́ mi, alright. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ní nǹkan tó ń pè ní search warrant, ìyẹn ni àṣẹ láti yẹ ara ẹ̀ wò, wọ́n lè yẹ̀ wò. Ọkùnrin kò dé láṣẹ láti yẹ ara obìnrin wò, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni obìnrin ò láṣẹ láti yẹ ara ọkùnrin wò. Under the law, yes, a female officer must search a female person. The same thing goes for male, because kọ́lẹ̀ kọ́ àwọn máa tẹ̀fà lára wọn wọ́n lè máa sọ náà kò bófin mu láti ṣe gbòòrò nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, alright. So tó bá rò pé bí wọ́n ti tẹ ojú òfin yẹn mọ́lẹ̀, lọ bá agbẹjọ́rò yín àmọ́ ọ̀nà tó yẹ kó gbé gbà. Alright, that would be, I told you it's a one-line provision, but it is pregnant with many things, alright. We'll take a very short break again. When we come back, Bola will give us a brief hint if he has some things to say, and then we take your question. Don't go anywhere. This is your program. We still call ourselves The Law and You on Rock City 101.9 FM. Right here live in Abeokuta. My name is Barrister Kayode Aderemi. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
True freedom requires the rule of law and justice. But what is justice without respect for human rights? What are these rights? Do you know your right as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? What are your obligations and responsibilities under the law? Join Kayode Aderemi Esquire on The Law and You on Rock City 101.9 FM, Sundays 3 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Good afternoon, everybody at home. This is Barrister Biola. In respect of the question asked by Mr. Benson from Songo Ota and Mr. Akin from Camp, their question looks alike.
They're related.
They're related. Have you taken your time to look at the question?
Yeah, sure.
These questions are not criminal questions or per se. I will say that they are questions that has to do with civil action in respect of under the tort. We have what they call nuisance, where your action, where your act is affecting your neighbor or is constituting nuisance to another party. Considering the question earlier asked by Mr. Benson from Songo, where he said, no, sorry to say, that is Mr. Umaru from Kotopo. Sorry, not Mr. Benson. He said somebody planted banana in another compound.
No, in his own compound.
In his own compound. So the leaf is now disturbing him. So because of that, he now jumped to the person's compound.
Not jump. He said he went into the person's compound. I don't know whether it was gate or no fence. It's possible. But he went to the person's compound and cut down about.
And come to think of it, the leaf that is affecting him, it amounts to nuisance. But he has committed a crime by jumping into the person's compound to cut down the.
What if he did not jump? What if he walked?
But he said something that he crossed into the person's compound.
Cross, no be
so
jump,
that is
nah.
trespass on his part. So it's an offense. But come to think of it, in respect of the question, the only thing he can do is to consult his lawyer, write a letter to such person that planted something in his compound, which the whole leaf is affecting him. He can write a letter to him telling him that whatever he plants in his compound is affecting him, so we advise him to cut it off so that all the leaf will not be disturbing him again.
Apart from writing a lawyer, can he just say, my neighbor, this is the story? Can he
Yeah, he can. That is.
So can you use your mouth to do letter too?
He can settle it amicably. Just approach the man, talk to the man that, okay, see, this action is affecting me. Can you please do this, do that? Then, in respect of the
a question flowing from that, has Mr. Amaru done anything wrong to have gone into that?
Yes. The
What
wrongs. There's what they call trespass to chattel.
You don't
So
trespass.
crossing into another person's compound is a crime, is an offense which he has committed. And apart from that, cutting the person's crops is another offense on its own. So it's coming on here to.
It can be malicious damage.
It's malicious. It's part of malicious.
Can be.
I didn't really want to make mention of the kind of offense he has committed. That was why I said he has committed an offense.
Yes.
So
you know that Yorùbá will say that nítorí àwíjàre kí tó wá tán lẹ́nu. All right. And tálàrí ò bá ṣọ́ra àríwí dẹ̀bi.
So Mr. King from camp, if someone is on his land and is excavating sand on that land, and at the end of the day, maybe that during the course of rainfall, the flood and erosion is now trying to constitute nuisance to the neighborhood. In a situation like that, I will advise you to approach whosoever that carry out the misdeed, or whosoever that excavated on his land. Call the person, talk to the person, and look for a modality of curbing that particular act of flooding. And if by adventure that didn't work out, I will advise you to consult a lawyer. We can't be exposing everything on here. If you consult your lawyer, the lawyer know what to do. And the only thing to do is to write to the appropriate authority to come and look into the matter. And I'm very sure if they look into the matter, they will take the appropriate step. So, in respect of harassment, which Mr. Jonah Simon and Mr. Jonah Simon from Ladere and Mr. Ola from Songo talk about police. Come to think of it, there is what they call there is a particular provision, section 29 of the Police Act, which empower police to search and arrest if they believe there is any reasonable suspicion ground for them to do so. But it is wrong for a police officer hiding under that provision to be harassing people without adequate information. If any police officer attack anybody out there, harass you, molest you, ridicule you to nothing, I will advise such person, don't drag with police, because if they are with gun, they have control over your life. If you drag with them, they can shoot you and claim you're dragging their arms with them. Okay, am I right?
Well,
sincerely, there are some like that can do that. It's not all police that.
Just say it is well.
With due respect to all police officers out there, it's not all of them that are reasonable, but some that are not reasonable. If you drag with them, they can do and undo. And to avoid any act of calamity,
act along. All right.
So it is advisable whenever time a police officer harasses you or asks one or two questions, just dance to their tune. As soon as you get to their station, call your lawyer to come and solicit for you on your behalf, and at that point the lawyer will know the appropriate step to take. Thank you.
All right, I'm being signaled to Obekon at that time is fast running out. Let's just one or two additions to what has been said. When you get to almost all police divisions, police formations, at the wall you see the DPO's phone number. Please, every one of us listening to us today, try as much to get your DPO's phone number. It's important. I have the one in my own area, Madam at Kenta area there. I have a phone number, so if anything wants to go wrong, I just call her straight. All right, so try and get your DPO's number. and if certain things happen, I would have called the PPRO's number, but I had the second thought that he has not authorized me to release his number online. So I think that may not be too tidy. But one of these days, I hope to have him on the program so they can talk to us and answer some questions around police. I know that he is passionate about his job and he'll be willing to come and shed light on the dark or grey areas.
With due respect, let me just say this.
Yeah, quickly for time.
Yes, we do. Let me just say this. Considering a situation whereby the person in question never have anything to do with police and is being barged into and the harassment was occasioned on him, what do you expect such person to do at that point in time?
Yorubas will say that in other words, you prepare for cases you did not plan for. That's what I'm saying. Don't wait until you are harassed before you get the right thing. For now, we do, in my office, for example, we do retainership for people. Not because some people think that lawyers are for problems, but the wiser people are knowing now that you can have a lawyer so that you will not have problems. Not because you have problems, all right? There are some people that they are doing retainership with us. They are giving some amount to our office every month, not because police is arresting them, but so that in case it happens, they will be at their beck and call. That's the proper thing to do, all right? You don't go to doctors because you drop dead. No. You go register with a hospital so that if issues happen, you can approach them, all right? So even God, before rain falls, they will be signed. It may be dark, you may hear thunder or lightning and the likes, really. So we should learn from the way God does things, all right? Don't wait until you have a problem before you can be calling me. Many people call me during the week. Hello, the law, once you arrest me, somebody 2 weeks ago, some people called me and said, as I was talking, I was hearing bah, as they were calling me. I said, what happened? They said they were removing their roof. I said, why? He said, because they don't pay rent. COVID-19, they can't also. I said, why call me when the roof is being removed? You had my number since about February when we started this program. I mean, you could have been asking for advice. So these are the way to go, please. And finally, for the person that asked for my phone number, let me call it out. Please, if you have to call at all, let it be on law issue, I beg of us, so that we can help ourselves. And for the pro bono thing, we do we debrief you. And if we find that you cannot afford to pay, why not? About 60% of the cases in my office are pro bono. About 60%. That means you don't pay. You only pay for logistics. Once you go to court, do this thing, filing, but professional fee, I tell them don't bother. That's if you truly do not have. But if you have money, I will charge you. The number is 080 3050 3271. 080 3050 3271. That's not PPRO's number. It's not a lockback. It's my number. Biola, just let's round off. Thank our listeners at home and wherever listening to us, please.
I want to use this medium to thank every listeners at home for listening to this program, and we urge every one of you to keep listening to this program, and we pray by next week we'll meet you again, well, good, and
more research there, yes.
COVID-19 free.
Very well. Yes, this is your program, The Law and You, on Rock City 101.9 FM. I'm your regular host, and my name is Barrister Kayode Aderemi. It's good to know the law. But what about it take with that? Somebody, but all about it take with that. Whatever you do between now and next week Sunday, ensure that you are on the right side of the law. Now, if you have not listened to us in the past weeks or today, you have a chance to do that. See us live on video, all right? Just type Rock City TV, all right, on YouTube if you have missed any. And when you do it, some do it and let me know, please. They call me and the likes. Please like it, subscribe to it, share it, please, all right? Let it be widely viewed, all right? God bless you. By the grace of God, next week Sunday at 3 p.m., by the grace of God, we shall be here again to talk to you. God bless you.